Hi guys, this is Artsify and welcome to another tutorial. Now today we're going to be going over some render settings. Now I know it's kind of quite a simple tutorial, but render settings is something a lot of people struggle with, and after the editing contest I see that some people's render settings aren't exactly perfect. So I thought I'd go and show you like my render settings and how to kind of keep your files low sizes but really high quality. So if I just go ahead and find a video here, this is a clip I got I think I got this almost a year ago. If I just mute the sound, it's just literally it's like I think 10 seconds long, maybe a bit longer, maybe like 12, but basically just gets the cross-map no-scope, and it's literally, that's how long it is. It's like 17 seconds long there, but it's 133 meg. Now I got that straight from the ITV. Now I use ITV to record because I'm on a Mac, and when you render from there, like your clips, you get quite a big file size. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag this into After Effects here, and I'm going to stick that in a new composition. Now the key to good render settings is to make sure that they mostly match the kind of the composition settings. So this is obviously 1280 by 720 in 59.94 frames per second. So we've got this 70-second clip. We want to go to composition. Make sure the yellow highlighted over the composition down here. I'm going to composition, add to render. Yeah, I missed it. Add to render queue. And then when you first start it, it will be on, where is it? Okay. It will be like, wait, which one? It will look really weird and like have all this stuff. So firstly, you want to do is go to output module. Now you want to change the format up here to H.264. In the video output, make sure it's RGB, millions of colors, and pre-multiplied matted. Where it says format options here, you can change the bitrate. Now the bitrate is the quality pretty much. 8 is generally what I use. You can maybe use 9 or 10. Make sure the maximum bitrate is maybe 1 or 2 higher though. I'm gonna go with 10. Main, and then 5.1 in basic video settings, and just leave that as it is. Most of that you can then leave it as is. If you want audio, just click the tick for audio output here, and you can obviously make it 48 kilohertz. You can leave it at stereo as well. Alright, so we're going to hit OK for that. Then where it says render settings here, you can click on best settings, and now this is where some of it will be a bit different for you. The quality, make sure it's set to best. Sometimes it will be on draft, but make sure it's set to best. Resolution full, obviously. Size 1280 by 720, you can't change that. Make sure you don't really need to change these really, just make sure they're kind of similar to mine. The other thing you need to make sure is the frame rate here. Now use this comp's frame rate 59, or you can use a specific frame rate. If you want to render it in the same one as YouTube to make the processing faster, you can make the frame rate 30 here, because YouTube automatically, when it's processing the video, it will half the keyframe, so half like the frame rate. So if you render a video in 59.94, it will put it down to 30 frames per second, because that's what YouTube runs at. And another thing you can do here, which is pretty useful, you can change the length. So you can change the amount, the area you render in there. So I'm going to hit OK. Now you can save these settings by clicking on the arrow next to output module here, and click Make Template. And you can do Movie Default. This is where, in this one, you can choose the default settings you want. So, but just ignore that for a second. Where it says settings here, the settings name, you can change that to, say, YouTube Sexy, I don't know, something like that. And as you can see, the format's H.264, bitrate 9. It's all the stuff that we just set. So you can do that, hit OK. And now you've got YouTube Sexy. And now, say if you're doing it every time, click the arrow, you can see that you've got YouTube Sexy down here, which you can then click, and it will select that one. So if you're, say, on, like, I don't know, a weird Photoshop one, you can then just click here, YouTube Sexy, and boom, you've now got your settings. Now one thing you can do is, if you want to make template again, you can, where it says Movie Default, you can change that to the one you made, so say YouTube Sexy. So if I hit OK then. If we then delete this from the render queue, go back to the composition, go to composition, add to render queue. You can now see it's automatically set to YouTube Sexy, and that's on the top, the default one. So that's pretty much the main settings. Then in the output too, you can then change it to wherever you want to output it to. So I'm just going to say Grizz Nosk Shot, and then I'm just going to hit render. And then my computer will render this pretty fast once it gets going. As you can see, it's rushing along. It will play through. You can hit caps lock if you don't want it to play through. It will just stop it playing. So when the caps lock is like highlighted and selected and turned on, it will do this. So it will basically make it run faster. Hit caps lock again, and obviously it will come back to the clip. Now this will obviously bring down the file size a lot as well, which is pretty cool. So I'll just let this finish rendering here, and then you can see if I just go to my desktop to get ready to see the clip. Once it obviously finishes rendering with the annoying little buzz sound it makes, like ring. That was my pathetic attempt at a buzz sound. Oh well. Wait, finished. There we go. And then if we see here, size 20 meg. It's gone down from 130, which is what it was before, to 20 meg. So this is also very good for compressing videos as well, to make them smaller file sizes. So yeah, you can then obviously have your whole edit set up. So if I go to File, Open, Recent Projects, I'm gonna go to I'm just going to this old project I had here. Let it all load open. I haven't been doing much in After Effects recently, hence why it's taken ages to load. Go back. We can then drag these to select the area you want to render. Gonna go to there. Then what you can do is you're gonna go to composition, add to render queue. You see it's still YouTube sexy, and then you can just hit render and it will render it out in your settings. So that's literally the best render settings for YouTube, guys. They're really good. I use them all the time, and it's obviously small file sizes and it's quite fast as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to leave a like and comment, and I shall see you guys later.